Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. We're back. We're back and with new faces. This is 2020 Vision. This is 2020 Vision in the year 2020. So now our name actually makes sense. Speaking of which, we should probably just. Crap! Why was I bringing that word away? Well, we should probably just. Let's just start with introducing two new faces. This is
Iman Miley.
And
Jared Liverpool.
Nice last name. Again, nice last name. You too, Miley.
Thank you.
And nice
Thank
first
you.
one.
And Tiffany.
And of course, we can't forget Tiffany. Tiffany, how's things been going lately?
I had a birthday in January.
Oh, nice.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah.
It was really good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had a surprise birthday party, which the surprise was that the women who attended had been previously homeless.
Oh,
and
wow.
so I turned the gift giving into the women that attended.
Wow.
Oh,
so
wow.
I had some favors and some dresses and some things.
Wow.
Oh.
So, and then the other part of the surprise was anybody who I invited, I told them, surprise, you get to clean out your closet and find something feminine to give, like a book or a candle or a dress or something. So I was an inaugural.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it every year.
Yeah.
To give back to some women who are struggling.
Sounds like a fun way to have a birthday party.
And I had Hector's cookies. Hector is a baker. Baker.
Baker sounds more
And
accurate.
he makes this chocolate cookie. It's called lava. I call it lava. It sticks, and he has some secret ingredients. I won't say.
It's not that secret. It's just more the process. It's more process than actual ingredient.
So, do you make it from scratch or you?
Yeah, of course, from scratch.
Oh wow. Oh, I can't even make like
Really?
bread.
It's
Like
it's not that hard.
oh.
I mean, bread's a little bit harder to make because you need like time,
Right.
and you have to let the yeast rise, and you have to let the dough rise after that, then degassing, and it's a whole process.
Interesting.
He batched. I bought 2 batches of Snickerdoodle and 2 batches of the lava cookie, and then I had one of each. And he wrapped them and put ribbons around them and delivered them.
Oh wow.
And they were a hit. The women kept coming back and knocking on my door and asking me for some more of those cookies, please.
Got a business, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
I like working with my hands. What can I say?
Hey.
Oh, okay.
But speaking of which, we have barely known you guys for a few minutes. So why don't you
Right.
tell us something about yourselves?
My name is Iman. I am a filmmaker, screenwriter, producer, and I'm just going on a journey of really trying to go on those endeavors and also giving back while I go on those endeavors as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
So screenwriter and director and now your own producer.
Yes.
So who does your post?
I'm sorry.
Your post production.
I do everything. It's a one-woman show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
So I do.
One woman show and one woman production.
Yeah, so I do the filming, I do the screenwriting, I do the producing, I make up the shot list and the audio list and everything like that. And then afterwards, I also film it, I direct it, and then after I edit it and I make a trailer, I do the whole 9 yards.
Wow.
Yeah.
You pretty much make a movie all by yourself.
Yeah.
You star in it too.
No.
Oh, why not?
I'm a little camera shy, so yeah, that's why I usually don't star in them. But I think once I get used to things, I think I want to kind of put myself in those shoes as well. Yeah.
Well, everyone has a star. Everyone has a star, and you sound like you have a great one.
Yeah, thank you.
You're like Oprah and like Ava DuVernay, like one.
That's the biggest compliment ever because I love Ava DuVernay. Yeah, she has a
amazing.
lot of compelling films.
Yeah.
For sure.
All her
For
films
sure.
make me cry.
Yeah, they really do. Have you guys seen the short film? Well, it's like not a short film, but short series about the Central 5 up in New York. Have you seen it on Netflix?
No.
It's one of the most compelling things. As you're watching.
That was her?
Mm-hmm.
That was her. Yeah,
Wow.
she created that. She wrote it, and she also directed it. She interviewed the Central 5, and she created it to be this big phenomenal thing, like documenting everything that happened from when they were a kid all the way to when they were like older, and when they were released from jail. And it's very compelling because it it makes you want to turn it off because it's so sad, but at the same time you just want to keep watching because you're like, I want to know what happens.
Exactly.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
but it's a beautiful story for sure.
way,
For
to
sure.
pick, way to pick your idols.
Yeah.
Jared,
Beautiful
Oh,
stories.
hey. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Mr. Liverpool.
Yes.
So let's,
My name's Jared Liverpool. I'm like a videographer, editor. Do it on the side, freelance. Hopefully to do it full time. Hopefully get one day into like what you're doing, like films. I love entertainment, TV, anything like that, music. I just love art. I love creating. So
What kind
definitely-
of events do you do?
Any events, honestly, whether it's for a clothing line event, whether it's for a company or for school or anything that needs to be filmed, I just get it done. I started it back when I was in college, just do it on the side, and then eventually, I just did it for friends, just
no,
doing,
so
like-
that's how it starts. I mean, I
Yeah.
started making for friends. You started
Yeah.
editing your friends' videos.
Yeah, absolutely. And then that was back that was before Instagram and all that. That was just like Twitter, and people started seeing it, and then it started getting a lot more work, and then it became like a like a thing. Like, okay, well, let me make this into a business, and of course, just like any business, there's like the good and the bad. I've had people who didn't pay me, or people who wouldn't
it's just
show
the worst.
up,
Yeah, it's
just
just the
life.
worst.
Yeah, so I've been on and off with it, but overall, I'm just grateful just to have a gift. You know what I'm saying? Have something that people see, and then they wanna work with you, even if they don't like you or they don't know you. They're like, I like your work. I want to work with you. So I've been fortunate and blessed.
Yeah, well, an article I read says one of the most important skills any person can have beyond communication or being able to stand up straight, or knowing how to use a knife, is knowing how to get people's attention.
Absolutely.
If I can tell, if you manage to get if your video managed to get, like I said, a certain amount of business from making your videos, that means you must be good at getting people's attention.
For
Absolutely.
sure.
Appreciate
What is
that.
it that appeals? What's appealing about it? What's appealing about the arts, or about filming, or whatever it may be?
Oh, what's appealing from
Yeah,
my
for
point of
you
view?
personally.
Kind of like you. I love it. It all started with movies. My mom, she's an English teacher, so she always used to take me like museums and stuff when I was little. But I always used to like love movies, and when I was little, I used to want to watch like Pokemon and stuff like that. But she would take me to see like grown up movies, and I'd watch it. I'm like, yo, it's actually good. You know what I'm saying? And I would actually study it, and I actually started studying like that genre when she showed me. It started with The Color Purple. I was like 9 years old, and she showed me the movie.
Every film show to a 9-year-old.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But she was like, "Oh, this is my favorite movie. You gotta watch it. So I'm like, "All right, bro, let me watch it." And I actually liked it. I'm like, "Wow, what happened to her? Where's Celie? Where's all this?" And then as I got older, I started learning about it, and I learned who directed it, who was Steven Spielberg, and then there was like that whole drama, like it got nominated for like a lot of awards, but didn't win any for a lot of reasons, something because like a white Jewish guy directing a movie with a black cast, so that was like controversy itself. And then like other things like men hitting women and all these other stuff, and I just thought all that was so interesting. And then even just Spielberg's work, I loved his work, so I started looking at his other work, and just started like looking at him. And then I would look up other filmmakers as well, and then I just got in love with the arts, and then got into like painting, and never really wrote, but
Really?
yeah.
I mean, you figure if you're gonna go into something like film, you at least have to understand writing in certain
No,
amounts.
absolutely.
You'd be very surprised.
Yeah.
You'd be very surprised.
Again, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I studied animation.
Oh, nice.
So do you create animations, or?
Well, lately I've just been doing motion graphics work for Don and Freddie.
Oh yeah.
But I do know how to animate things in 3D and 2D.
Oh,
Nice.
you use Adobe?
Yeah, I use Adobe. I wouldn't exactly say I'm not really at the point that I can say I can say with certainty, hey, Viacom, check this stuff out.
Right.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But that's just a me problem.
No, I think that's with anything, especially Adobe. I don't think you can ever be like fully great at Adobe because they're always coming out with new products and new things and everything.
Sure.
So, you're on the right path.
Yeah. So what's the most recent thing you've created?
Well, the most recent thing I'm working on is our new intro.
Mm-hmm.
Not the intro of 2020. I got to work on that now. That's still in the docket. It's the new intro for the Brooklyn Cafe, which thankfully is a collaboration with all our producers.
Woo!
Nice.
Thank you, Teddy.
Thank you.
We really got to work on getting that fifth mic in here.
Right.
Yeah, and my voice is loud. It's fine. I carry.
You certainly do. In more sense than one.
So for your birthday, you it seems like you're a giver. Like you're very into humanity and helping others and being there for others.
Oh, it's mostly because Captain over here has one. Well, I'm not allowed to curse, but she has one interesting story. I was gonna say one very interesting story.
There you go.
One worth putting in the film. One worth the film, or film or printed word if she ever felt like it.
I'm doing a project, a documentary project.
Oh yeah, what is it
Yeah.
about?
That's nice.
I just had an inspiration to give back last Friday, and I started with a dream. I had a dream of START. It said West Palm Beach START, and START became a promotional graphic, a T-shirt, signage. To help homeless people get vectored to resources through my inside experience. I was homeless for 5.5 years on 45th and Congress as a female veteran. I'm an honorable captain from the United States Air Force, and
Oh,
have that
thank you for
story.
your services.
You're welcome, and that's a story. So, but the story is of abundance and giving back and prosperity. You were speaking earlier about vibes in 2020.
Yes.
And what we're radiating and the universal abundance. And so I took some prosperity. I went and gathered up the homeless and gave them a sign and a T-shirt, and then gave them $10 after an hour.
Oh wow.
And gave them the information from within the city to go to a drop-in center that was newly created for mental health, because they lost our county lost one of its lead mental health agency due to an embezzlement.
Oh wow.
And they closed down. So that was maybe 30 to 60, 90 days ago. And the population is unable to get their mental health medicines. So now they're having an increase in escalation in homeless population at storefronts being disruptive and hopefully not violent. So we're just trying to help that population be cared about and heal and get to the right place. And that just all was laid out through this film. I'll have you look at the film that we did with unscripted.
Yeah.
And it needs a script.
Yeah.
It needs a script. So I was listening
it could
to
always be
your
it could always-
talents.
Well, it can always be documentary style.
Yeah.
And still, I had a photographer, so I have stills that we can put together and make a still documentary.
Right.
So I'll show you what I have, but I'm interested in continuing to have it unfold. It's unfolding.
Right. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
it's
amazing.
going on.
Yeah,
forward,
that's
definitely.
So you'll have to watch this film and let me know what you think, and then
Most
I'll
of it.
tell you I'm going to do it again, and you can come out. It's downtown West Palm Beach. It's the
Right.
city of West Palm, not necessarily the county message, and I'm not sanctioned or like endorsed by anybody. I just let the city officials know, the commissioners know that what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's very important. It's important and talk about good positive vibrations, because honestly, January is starting off to. It's been trying, in terms of trying to trying to give out the positive vibrations or good vibes. Because wow,
Well, you know,
how many things can go wrong in a month?
well, the thing is, you know, the way I see it is, you know, we just closed out a decade, right? So when that's a whole entire cycle that was happening. And once you close out a cycle, you have to create a new one. So when you create that new one, it's going to be a little trying. And then once you flow into it.
Yeah,
like,
but
you know?
there's trying, and then there's literal tests of faith.
Right, right. And that's the big thing is like is testing that and what you believe and, you know, staying positive, staying on high vibrations, like, you know, and almost trying to see the positive, not even trying, you just have to see the positive in every single thing that happens, even if it's a negative thing. You have to like smile and you have to see the positive thing about it. Like, you know, there may not be a positive thing right away because a lot of humans, you know, we're finicky. So a lot of humans, we're really selfish and we think about ourselves when bad things happen. We say, oh no, like, you know, how could this be? But we're not thinking about the journey of that person. We're not thinking about the journey of that thing that is going through that trying time. Like, you know, because at the end of the day, is it really you that's going through it, or is it another person, another family, another situation, like, you know? So it's just about staying positive and putting out those good positive vibrations so that you can be able to inspire others to keep their head up and look up.
Wow.
Definitely.
Yeah. Sorry, was that too deep?
Yeah, it's not even too deep. It's too deep. It's just like I said. You try. Sometimes it's kind of like getting hit with a water balloon.
Yeah.
Again, with a water balloon. You don't really know. You don't really expect it when but when it finally hits and explodes all over you, you just feel this nice, cool wave.
Yeah, and you laugh and you smile because you're like, how did I get hit by that water balloon?
Water
like,
balloon.
you know.
Hey, water balloon.
Evelyn.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I love your goggles, by the way, man.
Yeah.
I know. Freddie has a hat. Freddie has a hat. My head's too big to wear a hat, so I have these.
So what is it? So what is it about the goggles? Because the goggles are pretty awesome.
Nothing.
They look familiar. Like, I don't know. Is it from? Yeah, like from a cartoon or a show or something.
Nah, it's not really meant to be a reference to anything. Mostly because I don't think the kind of audience that watches Don and Freddie's show would recognize any audience. Hey, Dimitri. Hello. To those of you just listening, two other producers just walked in the door. Dimitri, Develis, and Evelyn. Sorry, I forgot the last name, Evelyn.
Well,
with that, do we want to start wrapping up a little bit?
Yeah, of
Might
course.
as well. Yeah, we might as well.
Yeah.
So for our last few minutes that we have on this episode of 2020 Vision, what do you want to leave off on?
Keep your spirits high, you know. 2020 may start off a little rough, but if you keep your spirits high, you'll see that everything's falling apart to fall into place, you know.
Absolutely.
Okay,
So-
Reggie. I mean, damn it,
I do look like it.
Perfect.
I forgot your name. Jared.
Jared.
Yeah, it's cool. Shoot, just the time what Tiffany's saying, what everybody's saying, you know what I mean? I think it's important to give back, you know what I mean, to love one another. And I know we didn't talk about it, but it hit close to me because he was my favorite basketball player, you know what I'm saying, when he passed, you know what I'm saying. And then when he was with his daughter at that, like coming from church and everything, you know what I'm saying, that really showed, you know, like when I went home, I was just talking to my neighbors. I don't even talk to them, you know what I mean.
Wow.
It just shows, like, you know, just be there for your loved ones, man. Just be there for people, you know what I'm saying. You never know when the last day is done, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, man, just be positive, give back, you know, all that.
Tiffany.
For me, it's devotion. I think that's one aspect of the event I did last Friday was out of sheer devotion. So January is going to close for me with.
We only got 2 days left in
devotion.
January. Producers behind the camera. Do you have anything you want to leave off on?
Do you want to say anything?
Oh crap! I just kind of lost it.
Ah, crap, we kind of lost
We
it.
heard it fall.
Like it's crazy how just someone that was so famous had so much going for him, you know, and just like that.
Just like that.
Oh, okay, just like that, he was gone, and that just shows you that like the one thing we all have guaranteed in this life is death. So it's like you either live your life to the fullest and you live it like it's your last day. Because
Absolutely.
it's literally out of nowhere, you're gone.
Right.
Mhm.
And that just like showed me how much like I really, not like before, but it impacted me in a way that, wow, I really have to value my life
Absolutely.
more.
Absolutely.
And, you know, coming home to my family, like we take that for granted. sometimes.
Absolutely.
Like coming home, we take that for granted.
Absolutely.
You never know. Like you walk out of that door,
Mhm.
and it's like God knows what can happen after you leave.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, it just shows you that like life is just so valuable,
Mhm.
and there's just like no time in being like sad. Even though lots of things can get us sad, and like negativity can come our way, but it just shows you
Most
life
of
is short.
Dimitri?
live it.
She said everything I wanted to say.
All right, and from me, I guess the only thing to say is that the most important skill anyone could ever learn is how to show gratitude.
Mhm.
Because,
Most definitely.
because gratitude, or at least from what I heard, is kind of where all virtues start.
Right.
Being able to show you that you're grateful and that you know how to feel grateful. So from all of us to you, and to you few who came in to see our 2020 vision, have a happy January, and here's hoping for a happier February.
Yes, for sure.